Coming up from the NFL Combine here in Indianapolis, this is the San Francisco 49ers Report. My name is Chase Sr. We have a Trent Williams update. I want to sort through some of the confusion after that Adam Schefter report yesterday. We'll play a clip with John Lynch's answer to that question from his press conference yesterday, which is up right here on the 49ers Report. The Niners also making a move in their front office to bring back a familiar face. Before we get to all of that, going to be here in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine all week, talking Niners, talking draft, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I want to challenge the faithful here on this show. Are you listening right now? Can we get to 500 likes on this video? Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video if you enjoy the content. LFG, let's go. So the Adam Schefter tweet yesterday, we reacted to it right here on the show. It read as such: with five-time All-Pro left tackle Trent Williams scheduled to carry a nearly $39 million cap number this season, he and the 49ers currently are struggling to find a contractual solution per league sources. If the two sides can't bridge their differences in their standoff, Williams would be expected to join this year's free agent class, making him one of the premier players available. So the initial reaction to that, coming from a well-respected insider like Adam Schefter, because you know he's not just throwing this out there for the sake of clicks, was wow, and still is wow. Is there a scenario going into the 2026 season in which number 71 is not in a Niners uniform? Is there any chance that the 49ers could really release Trent Williams, who is one of the best offensive tackles in the history of football and one of the best in the history of this organization? That trade with Washington was a great move for San Francisco back several years ago, and the Niners don't regret it one iota. More reactions, especially from yours truly, because I'm a big offensive line guy, and I'd love to see the Niners prioritize the offensive line more. This is a team with a bunch of offensive line issues. I think they desperately need to upgrade at center and at left guard, especially when you look at how they matched up with a team like the Seattle Seahawks. Losing Trent Williams on top of that would be devastating. I mean, the Niners have barely been able to win games, especially consistently, without Trent Williams over the years. He is somebody who elevates the guy to his right in the left guard and the center position and the entire offensive line. You take Trent Williams out of that equation, this offensive line for the Niners, without making any moves as of right now, would be one of the worst in the NFL. You don't currently have a left guard. Jake Brendel is a bottom third center. Dominic Pooney, good rookie year, not great in year two. And Colton McKivitz is a solid but not great player. And the Niners kind of wanted to go cheap with that contract, and they did. And that's why they locked him up to a contract extension worth about $15 million per year in an exploding tackle market. This offensive line, without Trent Williams, would lead to a team struggling more to run the ball. They were one of the worst teams in running the football last year. And in pass protection, that is protecting the blind side of Brock Purdy, who the Niners just gave a contract extension to. Is he older? Yes, still an elite player. The cap hit, it is a little bit of a problem. And John Lynch, as you're about to hear, definitely acknowledged that. It's way too high and not realistic to have Trent Williams play in 2026 on that current number of nearly $39 million. And this time of year, this is classic agent leverage and negotiating tactics to, by design, drop this like an hour before John Lynch was scheduled to speak with the media yesterday here in Indy at the Combine. Now, here is what John Lynch said. He's very optimistic that the Niners and Trent Williams can find a resolution to this. But can you imagine if the Niners do have to release him, them having to find a center, left guard, and left tackle this offseason? That would be a disaster. And before we play that Lynch clip, this all goes back to what I've been talking about for years. The Niners don't prioritize the offensive line early in the draft, and it's a problem. This could have been avoided if the Niners did prioritize the offensive line. They've known the last couple of years that Trent's play is declining just a little bit. He's had some injury issues, and he's not going to get any younger. Yet the Niners, over the last couple of years, when they've had an opportunity to draft his future replacement, they haven't done it. And that puts the Niners into a corner now, because now they're in a situation where they have no other option, in my opinion. They have to bring Trent Williams back. Who are you going to draft at number 27? Caden Proctor, who might be a guard. We'll find out more later this week. One of the Utah offensive tackles, Lemieux. This isn't a great tackle class in the first round. Plus, the Niners are drafting 27th overall. So here is that clip from John Lynch. We'll play that right now, and we'll react to it here in just a moment.
Well, what I'll tell you is that, in recent weeks I've met with both Trent and with his agent, Vincent Taylor, and had really good, productive, and substantive meetings. And so here's what I know. Trent loves being a Niner. We love having Trent as a Niner. And it's up to us to figure that out and to thread that needle. There's some unique circumstances in that we all know what Trent is as a player, how great of a player he's been. He's going to be 38 years old, and so there's some things that go into that. But I think we're all on the same page and feel very positive about where that's going.
So that's Lynch on Trent. Let's go through some financials here. Williams is going into the final year of his contract, carries that salary cap number of $38.84 million. That includes a base salary of $22.21 million, which isn't bad. It's a cap hit that isn't ideal for the team. He also has a $10 million option bonus due in the coming weeks. And that option bonus has led to this urgency to try to get a deal done for both sides, San Francisco and for Trent Williams. Getting that rework deal done over the next couple of weeks, free agency starts on March 9th, by the way, would give the Niners cost and cap assurance and certainty going into free agency. And here's another thing from Trent Williams. Knowing that he's going to be 38 years old this upcoming season in July, his current contract includes no more guaranteed money as of Tuesday and does contain 3 void years remaining beyond this year. And I know a lot of Niner fans are very exhausted by some of these contractual dilemmas, and they're tired of the Trent Williams back and forth seemingly almost every other year or every year, right? This is not the first time that the Niners and Trent have had a hard time, as Lynch called it, trying to thread the needle on a contract that works for the team and for Trent. In 2024, going into that disastrous 6-11 season, Trent Williams held out of training camp for 40 days while seeking a lucrative, massive contract extension. He didn't do anything throughout training camp, didn't partake in any preseason games. He doesn't need to at this point, but he didn't play that well in 2024, and then he was injured. At that time, Trent ultimately agreed to what was at that time a restructured deal. 3 years, $82.5 million, something in that neighborhood, which included $48 million at signing. And after signing that deal, remember what Trent Williams said? He called it a very intricate contract to work on, as in this exploding tackle market, he wanted to remain one of the highest paid tackles in the National Football League. And since then, he's earned it. He's continued to play at a really high level. Niners making a change in the front office. Let's get to that. They have brought back former Vikings general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. He was surprisingly fired in January. He is now going to be working in the Niners personnel department. The name might sound familiar because he was with San Francisco from 2013 to 2019 and was the Vikings general manager from 2022 until earlier this year. From 2013 through 2016 with the Niners, manager of football research and development. 2017 through 2019, director of football research and development. And so he was here predating John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and then John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan kept him around. He goes to the Browns 2020-2021, the director of football research and development, and then the VP of football operations and general manager for Minnesota from 2022 through the 2025 season. Is that the future John Lynch replacement at general manager? John Lynch could elevate further in the front office. He's already like the senior VP of personnel, right? But he would kind of elevate and be and remain in that title or something even greater, remain a member of this organization. He can still be a member of the competition committee. He took a couple of questions on that yesterday. And then the Niners, knowing that they've missed on a lot of picks in the NFL draft over the last couple of years, could pivot to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah as their GM. Who knows? We'll see. But keep an eye on that. Interesting to bring him back. He called the Niners right after he was surprisingly fired by Minnesota. Those teams were competitive for much of his tenure, but they missed on a lot of picks. Him and Kevin O'Connell clashed over the plan at quarterback. And when that happens, and you have a good head coach in Kevin O'Connell, sometimes you're the odd man out. All right, I'll be back a little bit later with some more Niners coverage. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report. I will catch you all soon. Thanks for supporting, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.